when we now learned she fired the aide. Simon Rosenberg is the former advisor to President Clinton and president of the left-leaning think tank NDN. And Andrea Tintaros is a conservative columnist and a Fox News contributor. All right, panel. So she comes out and says, look, I fired that aide an hour after the debate. And Simon, I thought it was interesting. You said, look, she acted swiftly, she took responsibility, and she showed strong leadership skills.
Yeah, look, Alex has been an executive of a business, and she knows how to run things. And I think, look, you're on the air, Megan, all the time. If somebody walks up to you when you're sitting in a chair and tries to show you something, there's nothing you can really do, right? I mean, I do a lot of public speaking. If there are rules
against me reading it, I say, I can't see that.
Right, no, so they clearly made a mistake. They owned up to it. She took responsibility, and she moved on. And I think the voters are going to be much more concerned about the things that are being debated in this race about the economy, jobs, health care, and all the other things than they are about this.
You know, the question, Andrea, is that she took responsibility, but it was after she was caught. And so does it really show strong leadership skills? Because she didn't say, I can't see this, nor did she then, after she read it, say, I need to call to the moderator's attention the fact that there's been a violation of the rules by somebody in my campaign, not me, and I want to be forthright about what happened.
Well, that's right. I mean, political debates aren't run like Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. You can't phone a friend. And after this debate, Megan, I've got to say, at the press conference following, she did fire the staffer, but she really hasn't taken responsibility herself. And this plays into a larger campaign theme this election cycle. Where's the accountability in Washington? Where's the accountability in state government? And something more interesting is she's actually undermining her own message here. The hallmark of her entire campaign thus far has been that her opponent is actually a cheater. And he's been cheating, or he was cheating seniors when he worked for, a company out of Medicare dollars. So you don't really, in a race where it is so close, Megan, it is so absolutely close right now, want to, one, undermine your own message, and two, not accept responsibility. She could have said, as you pointed out, I can't look at that. What are you doing? I mean, I've seen candidates before say, don't bring me that message right now.
Or they told me. Even short of that, because, I want to give her the benefit of the doubt, Simon, on, they're showing it to you. You don't know what they're showing you, right? It could be like your son is sick. I mean, you don't know what you're seeing. So I think you can almost give it to her to, like, look at it. But here, watch what happens next. So she reads it, and it is a coaching note from her aide on how to respond on a particular issue. There's no question. They've released the text of it. I won't bore you with the details. But look what she does here. La, la, la. There's the CNN official talking to Rick Scott. Does she stop? Does she pull him over? No. Nothing. She's sitting there getting the makeup. And then even when Rick Scott, we played the soundbite in the intro, says, you looked at a message during the break that you weren't supposed to see, does she even then say, you're right, and I want to clarify what happened there. It was inappropriate. No, she doesn't. She never responds till after it's over, and she apparently meets with her group, and they come up with a strategy on how she's got to look forceful, fire the guy.
Look, I think it's live television, it's politics, right? She may not have actually been aware of the rules at that point, and I think that she tried to play the debate straight. I mean, you do live television every day, Megan. Some days it goes well, some days it doesn't. And
but Simon, what debate ever in politics, ever, has it ever been acceptable in any debate on any level to get messages during the debate?
I think it's acceptable all the time. I mean, if you look at people in debates, they have notes in front of them. They can receive messages from outside. Each debate, no, that's a ridiculous statement. Every debate has its own rules. And clearly in this case, right, the rules were set that they couldn't have outside people. And they clearly violated the rules, right? She took responsibility for it after the debate and said there was a mistake. She fired her staffer. She clearly took responsibility. And this assertion that she didn't is ridiculous. She fired a staffer and said it was a mistake. We got to move on.
Well, interestingly, the guy who sent her the note was this guy, Brian May, who was the one who signed the rules agreement. So Brian has now lost his job.
I will say this, though, Megan. In the final days of an election, Scott has to be very careful that he doesn't make this issue number one when there are other issues.
By the way,
and it is very tough to go negative on a woman.
Real Clear Politics average shows him up 1.6. That race is neck and neck. Simon and Andrea, thank you both so much.
Thanks so much, Megan.
Hey, coming up at the top of the hour, Studio B with Mr. Shepard Smith. Hey, Shep.
Megan, no one has done it